Morning everybody.
Good morning.
I don't know if I can get Pat to sit down.
Yeah, I'm just coming.
She's always at it. Tracy came down stairs yesterday and spent a good chunk of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
settee.
about 8:45, I think, last night.
Yeah.
I think it were a bit too much. I think she stayed up a bit too long. But
She probably had a good night's sleep.
yeah, I think she probably.
I haven't seen her this morning. Have you seen her?
No, I haven't been up. Leithia's been up to her. She saw her.
I posted 5 books off yesterday. I'm waiting for some more to come.
And the two that's a bit on the disappearing side.
Yes. They're not.
I don't think they're going to come.
They're not bloody dealing with stuff, are they? Lulu. No, not too happy about the way they're doing things. Don't like the way they parcel the stuff up.
Well, according to Tracy, I mean, she got a parcel with a book in yesterday, and that wasn't parcelled any different to what yours are. Oh, another light's gone out under the counter.
Oh. That last 2
need
minutes,
now.
them bulbs.
Well, they've not been replaced, have they, over there?
Oh. Oh, and we. No, it wasn't yesterday, I didn't. Oh, yeah, it was. We went, in the afternoon, we went out. I didn't film it because I didn't take my phone.
Forgot it again. He's always forgetting.
I'm always
these
forgetting.
days.
It's because when I'm uploading, it won't upload on the Wi-Fi. It will upload on this Wi-Fi, but it's too slow. So I put it on my 4G, but I have to set it on the windowsill upstairs in our bedroom. And I forget about it. But I filmed. What we did yesterday afternoon, Pat and I went out in Tracy's car, went up to the butcher's to get some decent meat in Rawdon. It's a great butcher's shop in Rawdon.
Lots of people go in there, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they make sandwiches up with cold meats they have at one side, and they have the fresh meats at the other side. And he started putting bread in there from Rawdon Bakers.
Yeah.
So we got some
local bakery.
bread.
And the pub, when we arrived, that would have been, what were it, about 2:30?
No, he said they were opening at 2.
It was about 1:30 when we arrived. And I went, look, Pat said, I think the pub's closed. Because there's a pub sort of next door to Butcher's.
Opposite.
And I looked through the window and sure enough it looked pretty dead. So I walked round to the door and it was open. The door was closed when we drove by it. Anyway, I said, are you open? He said, yeah. He says, we're late today because I've been in court. So I don't know what that were about. I said, why are you doing food? He says, yeah, the chef's on his way now. He should be here about 2. So when we'd been to Butcher's, we went in and had a drink and a meal.
Yeah.
In there, which was very nice.
Yeah, little bits of things like sweet potato chips and halloumi
Halloumi fries. Halloumi Oh, toasted halloumi.
Yeah. Chicken wings and just onion rings
Mm.
and something else, but I can't remember what
Yeah, I
they're
don't
called.
know what they call that.
Um,
Tandoori wings.
yeah, tandoori.
Wings or something.
Yeah.
Tandoori chicken. Yeah.
That was quite nice, wasn't it?
Mm.
You just had one drink, a Moretti, and then you had a 0 alcohol
Zero Peroni.
Peroni, so
Yeah. Yeah.
which were alright, wasn't it? Love?
Yeah. I don't drink more than half.
No.
Half a pint when I'm driving.
Well, you don't drink more than half anyway
No.
when we're out. If we're walking or we've got a bus, you'll have more than one.
Yeah, but usually a pint and a half is about my limit nowadays. Yeah. I found that Cafe M. I'll put it on now. Yeah, and you can see from the map where it is now. Really,
If it's still there, I mean, that's
yeah.
how many years ago?
It was
7?
2016. Yeah. So we'll carry on with his little diary. Where did I get to? All right. This is the 18th. Another 18th of September 2016. Another nice day. A bit cool, but sunny. Went to a local steam fair and vintage car rally. You remember it?
I think so.
It were in that area. It was okay. Not my favourite thing. Oh, don't you remember that steampunk? A Land Rover thing. It were all done in the steampunk.
Oh.
Drove to Morganporth. Morganporth? Had a walk and sat near the beach watching people. Oh, done another. I know where that is, don't you? That a little drawing of that bridge that goes over that crag. So, the 19th, very wet this morning, but still warm. Drove to St Austell, strange place. The property in this area is so drab, not a place I would want to live. Went onto a little bay called Charlestown. Oh, very interesting place. There was a galleon there, and we found out they are filming Poldark there.
Oh yeah, that one is.
Yeah. And went from there to Caroline Bay. Very, very strange place. You remember that Caroline Bay? We went down and it were a beach and it was deserted, but there was like a bar on the beach and there were this weird golf. There were chains.
Yeah.
These chain things stuck out at sand.
Yeah.
Where they threw some kind of golf thing it was called.
Yeah. Well, that's why you saw that. That.
Yeah.
Oh.
I took a photograph looking through a hole in a pipe in a rock. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah, it were a funny little place, but it was shut down, wasn't it?
Yeah. September it was closed down, yeah.
Closed, yeah. We'd walked across a golf course, haven't we?
Yeah, we
to
have.
get there.
Well, yeah.
Through it.
The 20th. Miserable morning, but not cold. We set off for Marazion. The traffic was very slow on the A30. every roundabout was a queue of cars. Well, no accidents are out.
No, we just seem to be queuing at
Every roundabout. Got to the site and set up. Very primitive site. You know the one, don't you? And I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. The side of the Elson, there was no tap to wash your cassette out with, but there was this big barrel full of water. So I just assumed this barrel full of water was where you cleaned your cassette. So I just dumped it in it. When I'd emptied it, I just dumped the cassette in it. You know, rinsed it out, and the following morning, Pat was sat looking at that caravan, and the owner of the site was washing his hair in that barrel.
He was only a young fella with right long hair.
Right long hair,
yeah. Him and his auntie, then it.
Yeah.
That's what he called her.
Oh, God. Got to the site and set up. Oh, I've just read that. Only £10 a night. Went into Marazion in the afternoon. We need to keep finding free parking round here because it's so expensive. Had lunch in the Marazion Hotel and a walk round. Came back and lo, people were turning up at the site. Weather cheered up.
Well, yeah.
When I was a kid, in the 50s, my mum and dad had a Ford 10, a right old car, and we used to drive all the way to Marazion. We used to stay in a little bungalow. Our kid remembers, they had a dog, he remembers the dog's name.
I remember the street. And
I was asking him where it was, wasn't I? Yeah. Phone, I rang him up.
I was telling you.
Never found it, did we? Pianos. Last time I talked to you about pianos, I was talking to you about the load-bearing structure and the rest plank fastened to the top. Well, the next bit of kit on the menu here is the soundboard, which is fastened to the load-bearing structure underneath the rest plank. And it's free floating, is a soundboard, and you might be surprised to know that a soundboard is not flat. Soundboard is made from spruce pine, I believe, or it always was, and it's made up of planks about that wide, all glued together, and they're not glued together straight down, they're glued together at an angle, so they travel diagonally down the back of the piano. And at the back of the soundboard are ribs, wooden ribs, which travel diagonally the other way, holding it all together. This soundboard is not flat, it's planed, concave shape, so it's planed thinner at the edges and thicker in the middle. And it's fastened onto the load-bearing structure on its outer edges, so the middle is floating free. A soundboard needs to be able to move like that, because fixed to the soundboard is two bridges, what they call the long bridge, which is the treble bridge, travels at an angle, at a very, very, very precise angle. Amazing how accurate that, the position, it's glued. It's usually made out of beech, is the bridge, the wooden bridge, the long bridge, and the short bridge. The long bridge is for the treble strings, and the short bridge is for the bass strings. That generally is straight, and the long bridge is at an angle. Curved like that. and the face of the bridge is painted with graphite to make it smooth, and driven into the face of the bridge are pins. And these pins are at an angle and they're staggered. You've got a pin there and a pin there, pin there, and they're staggered all the way down the bridge, these pins, for a very important reason. So you've got what you've got here is you've got your rest plank, and if it's a full iron frame, the frame will go over the top of the rest plank, and it's got holes drilled in the frame to allow the pins to go through into the rest plank. And then it's got a bridge, which is like a triangular shape, metal bridge that travels all the way along the piano. So what you've got is you've got a top bridge, which is metal, part of the frame, and then the string comes down from the rest pin over the top bridge, and then it travels down over the wooden bridge, the long bridge, and then down to the frame. And when it travels over the long bridge, the wire is staggered round the bridge. Those pins I told you about that are staggered, it travels like that, curls like that, for a very important reason. Because all the strings going over that bridge are all holding, the grabbing hold of the bridge and the soundboard, because the bridge is fastened to the soundboard. They're grabbing hold of it like that. And when you strike a string and set off the vibration, it travels down the string onto the bridge and through the soundboard, and the soundboard goes like that. The soundboard is the diaphragm, it's like a diaphragm of a speaker. It resonates. The frequencies hit the bridge and they travel through the bridge into the soundboard and go out and back in and out and back in. The frequencies are going like that. And they don't want to leak out from the sides. They need to hit the end and come back in again like that, the frequencies. Fascinating stuff. And one thing that's incredibly important about the strings going over the soundboard is when the strings are going over that bridge fastened to the soundboard, they apply what is called down bearing onto the soundboard. And that down bearing, the amount of poundage being applied onto that bridge called down bearing, is very, very crucial. I used to have a little instrument and it rocked. It had 3 prongs on it, one in the middle and one at either end. And I used to put that on it and put a feeler gauge underneath one side and rock. That has to rock on the bridge, and there's a certain amount that it has to rock by. You measure it with the feeler gauges, and that dictates the amount of poundage being applied, called down bearing, onto the bridge. And the amount of down bearing on a bridge is very, very crucial as well to the tone of the piano, the kind of tone that it has. If you get too little down bearing, the piano will just ring on after you finish playing it. Even if you put your thumb on the string, it'd still ring on afterwards. That's too little down bearing. Too much down bearing and it'd sound like a drum, boom, boom, very nasally. I told you, pianos, very, very complex piece of kit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have I got time for a poem? One of mine. I don't know why I wrote this poem. I don't know what it's about. I won't say it was about my relationship with my wife. In no way. But I wrote it about something. stood there waiting, rubbing your hands. You've put him on rails, your old man, but he ain't so old, only old-fashioned, moulded by tradition, romantic sanatorium. Set in his ways, that's how you want your man, no chance of being derailed when you're living to a plan. Laying down the law for mediocrity, you sanctify routine, romantic sanatorium. Slice after slice, you help yourself to life, pillaging prosperity, you dehumanising wife. You're married to the fridge, the cooker and the pan. Your marriage is a fake, romantic sanatorium. Romantic sanatorium, that's living to a plan. Romantic sanatorium, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. I don't know where I got that from, romantic sanatorium. No idea.
No. I wonder if it were after you watched that film.
What film?
That where that fella patted his pillar every night and straightened his dressing gown. And
Do you know?
same way.
It was a play. You know when you used to have a play on television, you used to have a play. And there was this play, I don't even know what they called it,
No.
but it was about a middle-class couple that was stuck in a rut in the marriage. And the wife, he were all right, he wasn't bothered, but his wife was just so fed up.
She was so bored.
With this routine, this life. And he used to hang his dressing every night. She used to be thinking aloud in her head, right, he's going to hang his dressing gown up on the wardrobe and he's going to straighten the sleeves. And then he'll come and he'll pat his pillow twice and he'll say the same thing. What did he used to say? What was it?
Now
And so the lonesome traveller rests his weary head. Yeah, she were waiting for it every night.
I used to do something else, but I can't remember what it was. It sort of floated from one area to other and then to bed. And even when he got in bed, he did the same thing, didn't he? Like patting this pillar and saying this verse and laying his head down.
She were going round the bend. I think, was she having an affair?
No, I don't think so.
Did you know? She was just sick of it. I mean, it must be 30 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
A long time ago we saw that play.
Yeah, I still remember it though.
We still remember it. Yeah, maybe it was. Right. Well, I'm going to pay my storage fees due this afternoon, today, so I'm going down there to pay that, and I'm going to start the van up.
Yep.
I'm
going to go give Tracy breakfast.
Yeah.
Wash up and then see if I can give Ernie something. He's not eating like he normally does. He's just sleeping. Don't normally sleep all day. Have to check him out. He's eating his strawberries when I bath him, but then he's going straight back to sleep again.
No.
Which I've not known him do. Oh. Anyway, that's it.
Okay, folks.
We'll get off and
do
that.
See you
I've got
tomorrow.
my sister coming
we have
sometime
Pamela.
today.
Pamela's coming today.
So I've got to make a nice cup of tea, I hope.
Yeah.
We've got some
That's
braising steak.
both for Pamela and for Mark.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No.
We might need some more.
Really?
For Sunday, yeah.
Have we got to go back?
You might have to. Because I forgot it's David's 60th birthday. So he might be coming round for tea.
Oh, on Sunday?
On Sunday.
Oh, wow. Why didn't you
Why didn't I mention it?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten, and Tracy reminded me again after we'd been to butcher's.
Right.
So I was thinking when we were in the butcher's and when we came out, should I have got another piece of steak? And I should have done. I should have listened to me head saying, get another piece.
Although you shouldn't have listened to your head when you went in Marks and Sparks and went berserk.
No.
And bought a load of food we couldn't eat. Well, I couldn't eat.
You couldn't eat, right. Okay.
Right. See you tomorrow, folks.
See you tomorrow.